Thanks for staying with us. We still have our business coach here with us, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. And before the break, he was talking about the 3 levels. That's the emulation, observing, and then training, and how you can catch. Because sometimes people work somewhere and you have no clue. You're just there, you just go and start thinking, and your mentality is the same mentality, like, things are hard. When people are going in the same industry, and they're seeing things and they're able to improve themselves. So what was going to add to that?
Yeah, so when Nima asked the question, what came into my head was what I did. Because when you want to achieve what people that have gone ahead have achieved, and you feel like they are not giving you the reply you want, it is by observing what they are doing. So I checked what trainings did they do, what programs do they attend, what communities are they members of. So when I started following Dr. Olumide, it was based on, okay, there's somebody I've seen who follows him and has results, so I said I must follow the same person. When I heard they went to LBS, I said, okay, these people, all these people that I've seen, every single one of them have achieved success. They all went to LBS, let me go to LBS. So if I see 2 or 3 people that they said they read a book, I'll go and read that book because it means that book gave them value. And I asked not what they did today. I went on Instagram page, Facebook page, and scroll down 3, 4, 5 years ago to see what they were doing. And by seeing what they did then, it helped me to understand what I needed to do now. Because you can be looking at them now and thinking it is what they did now that gave them the result. It's what they did 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. So I believe that it's extremely powerful that what she asked as the question is something that everybody in your office, if the person, even if he's a corporate world, not entrepreneurship like my own, in the corporate world, they say mind the gap. Where I am, I'm a junior executive. I want to become senior executive. Go to the LinkedIn of the senior executive. Check down how many courses he did IMC, he did CMC, he did PMP. All those things that he has written there, you go and do it. If you do it in 5 years, you will be even ahead of that person's position to achieve growth. But let me bring you back to business sustainability because it is a lot of work. This year, I've spent more on consultancy and I've earned less money as a company. And it did not make sense to even people within my office. Why are we spending more money paying consultants, paying for training when our account balance is not balancing? Can you help break down the importance of training and capacity building and consulting even when it looks like the money is not working?
One of the major mistakes that a lot of people do is that when they want to cut costs, they cut training budgets. And that's a major mistake because, you see, if your people don't know better, they cannot do better. I'll give you a true life story. Many years ago, if you know the story of the banking sector, when the banks, the new generation banks started, they started setting up these schools where when people are employed in the bank, they now send them for like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. They camp them, feed them, do everything, train them to understand the banking culture and also continue to pay them salary. Then came this new MD of one of the banks and said, no, we cannot be training them and paying them at the same time. So let them do training under the senior people that are there. So they scrapped that, thinking they were cutting costs. And then they brought one guy, put him under another guy. The guy comes into the banking sector, not understanding policies and all those stuff. He just listened to the man like, yes, sir, yes, sir. Because you're in a culture of yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And the person who was saying yes, sir to that was like his hero, was a fraud. And the guy was using him to commit all kind of, oh yeah, sign this one. Yes, sir. But if you have gone to training, even if they say sign, you will read before you sign. You will not just sign because your guys. So he went through that. By the time they will discover the fraud, they now call the guy and say, your guy said I should sign. Hey, it's me that signed you. It's your guy that said I should sign. He said, this I didn't read those. What happened? Did they not train? He said, no, I was not trained though. They now realize that that's when they went back to the training. So training is important because now, you saw this consulting and all the things you are looking, you are preparing for the next phase of your business. Your people are salary earners. They are not entrepreneurs. You are the entrepreneur. You know what you are doing. You are seeing what they are not seeing. It may take 2, 3 years, 5 years to say, oh, that's what Oga was doing there. So it is important for you to train yourself, train your people, and prepare them for the next phase. Because you don't manufacture the weapons of war on the battlefield. You don't manufacture your weapons of war on the battlefield. It is before the battle that you prepare the weapon. That's what you are doing.
Let me take this caller.
Yeah, okay.
Usman from Abuja has been holding. Good morning, Usman.
Good morning, madam. Well, everything Dr. Olumide is saying, I agree with him. However, those people cannot work in Nigeria.
What's his name?
All what he's saying is correct, but they cannot work in Nigeria.
It's what you're saying.
Can never work. All in America, they have a mindset, emotional mindset that makes all those systems work. But in Nigeria, we don't have that mindset. our training does not give us a mark test or what is. If you think I'm lying, many of us have read and not a book. It does not work. Whether you float and a not fair or it's not fair, before you can get a contract, you have to buy your way in, which is going to bring in corruption. So what he's saying is correct, but it will not work in Nigeria. We need to.
What you're saying.
Okay, yeah. So let me.
Very much, so
let me help. It's already working. I'm a testimony. This is a testimony right here before your very eyes. It's already working. You see, one of the things we need to understand is that many times bad news spread fast. And good news, because of humility, everybody just wants to say, okay, our culture, when your yam is big, don't cover it. It's already working. And when he said, we read the books, we do this, I've said this over again, let me repeat again. Principles are universal. But you see, when you want to now apply those principles, it is personal, contextual, and geographical. So I can come here now and tell you real estate is very powerful, but not in Ukraine, because they are in war. It doesn't mean what I've said is wrong, but it means that when you now look at your context, at this stage, it may not be what I should do. So any principle, everything I've said that you say is right, is already working. There are people in Nigeria doing businesses, making money, and it is working for them because they know how to contextualize what they are going through. So he says something like, before you can get business, you have to bribe somebody. Even if you are a lawyer, you may not be able to get business. Now you see, what you are calling bribery is because when you needed the relationship, you did not have the relationship. But if you understand relationship, you are supposed to have a relationship before you need the relationship. So you start being a relational person. There are people that you know that don't know you. There are people that you know, they know you, but they are not powerful enough to help you. There are people that are powerful enough to help you, they don't know you. So when you understand it, before you get to a point where you need people, start making friends. Start making friends, start connecting with people, start being good to people. Hey, hello, how are you? You get their complimentary card, and then once in a month, just to check on you. Not because you are looking for anything. You are investing, you are sowing. The day you now want to withdraw from that relationship, and you now say, I'm sorry, oh, that man is always staying in touch. That person is always staying in touch. That's how relationships are built. It's not when you now need somebody, you now go there. How will you come to me to say you are a powerful lawyer? And I've been in business for 15 years. You mean I don't know any lawyer before you? I will now give you business. It's the people I've known that I've tested that but if I don't know you, but when you were in secondary school, you came for a seminar where I was there, you started following me, and you always, by the time you go, oh, that girl has graduated, how are you? There will be something that says, okay, let's encourage this one too to start. Okay, you know, you're just starting, this is 200 million, just start with this 2 million one first. Let's start. That's the way it works. So these things work.
Let me talk about leadership, because I know that at the summit, you're going to have, talking about leadership focus. A lot of leaders are frustrated because there are two parts of leadership. There's a leader and there's the followers. And I think that's what the last call I was trying to allude to. The mindset of the followers are just not right. In a company, you invest, you do all the works, you do the textbook things, you train them, and many of them are just not bought into the vision. So as a leader, you feel like your hands are tied. You're doing everything Dr. Olumide asked you to do, but yet the people I have hired, they are just not aligned.
Yeah, I agree with you. See, that's why I said earlier on, you see, perception, perspective. We're all sitting on this table. Because of where you are sitting, it affects your perspective. Because of the lenses you have on, it affects your perspective. I used to be there. The way when I speak with authority and with confidence is because I don't talk theory. I have suffered. I have made mistakes. So I speak from the point of I know what I'm talking about. I have trained. You will train them, they will leave you. They will be using your office to apply for another job. You will do until I gain perspective. That look, it will continue like that. You can't change that one. Don't worry about what you cannot change. Change your perspective and see that anyone that comes here, this is a training school to prepare them for the next place they are going to. Once I did that, and even now, as they say, well, so whenever you are leaving, let us know. I don't have that connection of, oh, this one will soon leave me. I pour. When next they go. But guess what? Most of the people I trained that I let go of, they are coming back today. So in the real estate, pertinence. All these along, they are my realtor. People that were collecting commission that I was giving 5,000, giving 10,000. Do you understand? Our life page, all these people, look at Tokyo, how many years? 3 years. Look at the realm she has gone to. But today now, I can sit down. If I tie all of them down, they will still be my company now. Maybe we'll be talking minimum wages now, this, you have to pay us this. But they are doing amazingly well. Yeah. Let us change our perspective. So as a leader, you cannot control what you cannot control.
Let me take
control the one you can control.
From Abuja, and I come to you, Amaka. Good morning, Woke. Hello, good morning, you're live.
Yeah.
Your name is Woke from Abuja. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I think one thing I want to say about the perspective of
it's a bit muffled. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
It's very muffled, but go ahead.
How about now? Can you hear
me
now?
Better.
All right. Thank you. So, as I was saying, from the perspective of your guest earlier, he made mention of something regarding our leaders. That is the first mistake I feel like we all make. These people don't possess